Hello, my name is Yannick. I'm making this video to introduce myself, explain my goals, and show how I approach testing through examples from my own projects. I'm currently aiming to become a game developer, and for the past 2 years I've been learning through personal projects and documentation. I'm also applying to game testing roles because testing and development share the same logical mindset, and it would allow me to grow by learning from experienced teams. For this first example, I will show the Crocodile AI from my project. When I implemented it, I tested it by trying to break its behavior and push the system out of its expected flow. I checked whether state transitions could be interrupted or overlap, and whether animations still matched the logic in every case. I also test features from different players' perspectives. Because gameplay isn't fixed and players behave unpredictably and use systems in ways the developer may not expect. If this was a larger project, I would also run stress tests. For example, spawning dozens of crocodiles to evaluate performance and observe how they interact as a group. So that concludes the crocodile example. The next one focuses on a more playful approach to testing. I've been playing video games since my early childhood. I always enjoyed pushing mechanics to their limits and trying to break systems just to see what was possible. I decided to keep an unintended behavior from one of the features, because it leaves room for the player creativity and experimentation. So the next example shows that. I implemented a system that allows the player to lift and move specific objects. In this level, the goal is to place each text object onto the correct animal picture. While testing, I quickly noticed an unintended behavior. If a lifted object touches another actor while airborne, it remains floating, because physics only apply when the player releases it manually. This means the player can stack objects and eventually build a staircase to reach unintended areas. In some projects, this would be considered a priority bug because it allows sequence breaking or skipping gameplay. In my case, I decided to keep it because it's fun and doesn't give a bad experience to the player. I still patched a few cases where it could break progression, but this project is meant to stay a simple prototype anyway. So that's it for this part of the video. Next, I'll continue sharing my approach to testing and user experience, but using another one of my previous projects as a reference. Thanks for watching up to this point. Before the project I showed earlier, I had worked on my first small released game, Eva's Hook, although it's more of a prototype than a finished game. It helped me take a step back and understand better how readability and UI clarity can be perceived differently by multiple players. Most of the testing was done by myself and a friend. As players, we are more focused on gameplay than visuals in general, and we both have monitors well parametered for gaming. So we didn't notice straight away how much the UI and character could be blending with the background sometimes, and for some people it wasn't very comfortable. That made me realize how important it is to review artistic direction choices with different viewers and different setups. I also witnessed how differently players interpret environmental mechanics. The pathways I created felt obvious to me and my friend, but others could hesitate or get lost. That made it clear for me that pathing, feedback, and object meaning must always be intuitive, not assumed. These two projects and my background as a player taught me valuable lessons, both as a developer and as a tester. I learned a lot about what motivates players to try a game, what engages them, what makes them stop, and how important it is to balance development effort with the real value it brings to the player. So for me, I could conclude that quality assurance and game testing are not only about checking if something works. It's also about making sure the game flow and interface are guided, readable, and easy to understand. I also know that documentation and clear communication are a key part of these roles. I haven't used formal pipelines yet, but I understand their importance and I'm ready to learn and adapt to whichever workflow a team uses. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions or want to reach out, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching and have a good day.